All right, everyone, and happy Monday morning in TNT. This is just a quick video explaining what our yellow protocols are going to look like. As you know, we have moved to yellow as far as our COVID operations plan. So this is what it'll look like here in the middle school. All right, first off, why the move? Well, we've had increased community cases, we've had increased family member cases, we have increased student quarantines. We've had a few staff cases, unfortunately, this year. And most importantly, the most recent DHM, which stands for Directed Health Measure, tells us that if everyone is wearing masks, only those who test positive will need to be quarantined. Okay, now the directed health measures come from the governor, and this is the law that we have to live in during this whole COVID situation that we're all living in. Okay, so changes for the yellow phase. All right, no more mask opt out, unfortunately. And your TNT teachers have masks for you if you do not have them with you now, and that will be something that we need to wear all the time from now on. You might see group work lessened. There will be lunch, PE, and music considerations with this, and there'll be a few new points of emphasis. Okay, no mask opt out. Pretty simple. Everybody just has to wear a mask and all the time unless some specific circumstances are met, and we'll explain those as we go. All right, there'll be less and different group work possibly. Group work will be lessened, altered, and in some cases made more virtual. So we visited with teachers, and they're going to be working hard to make sure that you can still work with one another, but it may look a little bit different going forward, just to make sure that we can distance ourselves and not give any more possible exposures than what we absolutely have to. Now, some special considerations: lunch, masks on the entire time, even when you're in line, even when you're going through the line, obviously, except when you're seated and ready to eat. All right. PE. Okay. And back to lunch again. When you get up to dump your tray, we're going to ask you to put your mask back on when you're doing that. Once you sit back down after you're done eating, before you're dismissed out to recess or back to class, then we'll have you put your mask back on as well. We'll also need masks in the morning when you get to school and you're sitting out in the commons area. So that's just going to be like any normal part of the day now. Now, PE masks are going to be required inside. Masks may be optional outside only if socially distanced, and this is going to be at the discretion of your PE teacher. So make sure you listen to him or her, and they will give you any guidance with that. Music, masks will be required at all times unless you're actively playing or singing. Okay, so if you're just sitting waiting for something to happen, then that's where you'll have your mask on. And again, obviously, the nature of music, you're not going to be able to have your mask on all the time. So new points of emphasis at lunch, like we just talked about, please make sure you have that on until you're actually seated to eat. Recess, we're going to have masks when you're lined up. When we're ever in a bunch, we'll have masks on. When you're out getting some fresh air, go ahead and take the masks off, get some fresh air. But once you line back up, we're going to ask those masks to get back on. In the classroom, we'll increase distance, lessen in-person proximity if at all possible, and we're going to be asking you to wear your mask correctly to cover the nose and the mouth. And again, this is something that it's just something that we need to do. We may not want to do it, but sometimes that's just how life is, and we will all be just fine. We'll all come out on the other end of this thing. I'm sure of that, and we're gonna have a great year. And you know what? Here in Aurora, we're gonna do this better than a lot of places, and just take pride in that. Take pride in the fact that we will get this done, and we will do this right, and we'll move on. We want to keep everyone in school, keep everyone in their activities, and still have a great school experience.